Good morning, boys and girls. So for math today, we're going to start by correcting page 397. So I think you can read most of what's on there. The explanation over in here, get it somewhat close and you can count it right. You do need to have a label at the end. If you did not do that, please make sure that you do that with your pen. And there is also 19 points possible, so they're combined. All right, and here is page 398. You're going to want to enlarge that as much as you can and still see the answers and the points. And again, each of these should have labels at the ends of them, so make sure that you are putting that label in. The two pages are scored together, so there are 37 points. Actually, there might not be. Okay, so I did not update the points. After I looked at that, it seemed like that was awfully high. So there should be 19 points possible on this slide together, obviously. All right, boys and girls, so we're on to lesson 8, unit 8, lesson 19, area of parallelograms. So remember, all a parallelogram is like a rectangle that's set on its side and kind of stretched out a little bit, it looks like. So you can see the pictures on page 399A. And so what it's asking you to do is to experiment with the height, or experiment with parallelograms. It says, the height of a parallelogram is a line segment perpendicular to the base of the parallelogram. Cut out each pair of parallelograms below, and then cut along the dotted line that shows each height. So they're talking about cutting along this dotted line and that dotted line, etc. There and there. So cut out around the shape first, and then cut it on the dotted line. And then it says, cut out along the dotted line that shows each height, switch the pieces, put the slanted ends together. What figure do you form? So once you cut those out, see what shape you can make when you put the slanted edges together. And the slanted edges are this edge and this edge here. So when you pretend where it's pink or red, that it would be glued together there. Move one over to the other side. Do you think this will always happen? Why or why not? And then please do that with all 6 of these parallelograms. So question number 7 says, find the area of a parallelogram. Rectangle A has the area of rectangle A in terms of B and height. Write the formula. How can you express the area of rectangle A in terms of base and height? Write the formula. So we'll do this one together. So the base, it would be base times height equals the area. And you notice the area is capital A and the rest are lowercase b and h. So what they're doing is they're showing you that the shaded area is cut from here, and then it's pasted over to the other side of that. And so if they just cut it off the rectangle and paste it, how do you think the areas, the amount of space that's covered in the middle, is going to be? Will it be the same or will it be different? And the area is the amount of space on the inside of the parallelogram in the rectangle. And then simply for rectangle C, on question number 9, they just want you to find the area of that shape. So you're going to use the base times height in order to do that. So in this case, it's going to be 7 times 5 equals, and then you can do the multiplication of that. And then they're going to ask you to find the area of this one. And so simply, because we're not in the classroom, you do the same thing. You do 7 times 5 equals, and then you'll get your area. And then we'll explain why does that work. And then they're asking you to write a formula for the area of a parallelogram if you know the value of the base and the height. So the formula for the area of a parallelogram, we would normally get you kids to tell us this in class, but since I don't have kids here with me, is simply the same as the area of a rectangle. Base times height equals area. So now, using the formula that I gave to you on the other slide, you want to find the area of each parallelogram. So you would use base times height, so area equals base times height, and you'd multiply that out. That's only going to give you the A's though, right? So now you're going to have to figure out the perimeter. And for a perimeter, you're going to add up the base twice. So in problem 12, it's 8 plus 8. And I'm going to run out of room here. Let's see if I can buy myself some more room. And then the height on that one. Be careful because the height is 4 centimeters, not 6. It's got to be straight up and down, the height. So you would add 4, the height. I actually should write that as height plus height plus height. And so in this case, in problem number 12, it is 6 plus 6. And you're simply finding the amount of space that it takes up to go all the way around when you're talking perimeter. So use these two formulas up here to find the area of a parallelogram and the perimeter of the shape. Don't forget to put your labels on. Do the best you can. Let me know if you need help.